We're back, people, and today we're breaking down film on Ollie Gordon, Miami Dolphins running back, showing his value again with his short yardage ability in this game, converting multiple times over and over and over again. Where Gordon, obviously being a bigger back, has that play strength. I think he's playing with good vision and decisiveness in those situations, and it's just getting downhill in a hurry, which has been huge and was hugely helpful in this game. The Dolphins were actually able to commit to the run game in this one. We were actually able to find some success. And Gordon was able to make the most of, especially the short yardage stuff. Had I believe like 2 runs that went over 10, and then had the screen touchdown at the end of the game. Which was blocked up well. I think the little details matter for someone like Ollie in those situations to build that little bit of a comfortability. It might not seem like anything crazy, but we'll break all of that down. Really focusing on all this stuff because I do think Gordon is. I know some people, thinking like have asked me like, can he be the workhorse? I'm sure there could be like a game or two where he could be a workhorse, but I don't think he's like ever that long term option. I think he's more of a complement. He's a guy that does the little stuff like this that we're talking about. I don't think he's ever gonna be like a create big explosiveness type of thing because I don't think he has that crazy burst or anything. But he's just reading things well. Like here, short yardage situation, hand him the ball off, and he's just reading. Right here, boom. He reading leverage of this, reading the center, reading the nose tackle there where he's at. Sees that he's got outside leverage, find the cutback, then read 94 or 54 right there. Defensive end on the backside, see that he's cutting the inside, read your leverage, find the cutback. Your tight end, he's going to be sifting, taking out the edge defender there, and then you're able to just show good feel and now awareness because he's able to jump over, get over the top of Borum, get to the ground, pick up 3 yards on the play where you just need to pick up 1 yard. Very, very effective in those spots. Here's another one. Just good vision, working off the combos, get downhill, drop your pad level. Another good, quick, decisive run here from Gordon. Working on this, reading leverage, sees that this combo and space is opened up here. Just feel to find that, and then good job dropping his pad level. Like he's already picked up the first down, but dropping the pad level just in case to fall forward for a few extra yards. Because like a lot of his first down conversions on like 3rd and 4th and short, not all of them are just 1 yard. So a lot of times like it's 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3. He's converted a lot of those, and if he isn't converting them, he is still getting like 2 yards and making it 4th and 1, which happens on this run. Like it was a 3rd and 3 before this. He didn't quite convert. He was just like an inch short, but that allows him to get a run like this. Where he gets hit back there, but he forward progress picks up the first down, and it's good vision. You get the instant penetration from 90. He makes that slight adjustment there to work through the arm tackle. Works through like 2 arm tackle attempts from defensive tackles right there. Just gets through both of them. And if he doesn't get through both of them, he doesn't pick up the first because he literally barely picks it up right when 21 makes contact with him, and that's absolutely huge to be able to work through that contact. His contact balance, play strength. Definitely impressive. Here you get to see a little bit of the athleticism. He's not going to blow you away with the burst and speed, but he's got some flexibility. Here hard bend to the outside. You can see he loses balance a little bit, but great feel. Get that hand on the ground. Stay up. You can just see the vision to find the cutback lane. Like he sees it the whole way that this space is opened up. He just loses balance, but able to get back up and get to the outside, pick up a nice little chunk play on another. This was a 3rd and 3 situation, so that's like a huge pickup, especially near midfield. It just gets you in potential scoring position. It prolongs drives. It's something the Dolphins have really struggled with in the McDaniel tenure, but it's something they've actually been good at this season. When they've given Ollie Gordon these opportunities, he's actually been very consistent in converting them. And if the things around them start to get a little bit better, things they've struggled with that throughout the season, that's something that could easily uptick your offense and will be very valuable even long term if that's all Gordon's role ends up being. It's something the Dolphins desperately need and can be the difference in games a lot of the times. And Gordon's able to stay on his feet there. Shows pretty good athletic and physical traits, but also some mental traits. Understanding his blocks here. Another short yardage situation. You got you're basically working off Tanner Connor's your kick out. Alec Ingold, you're running like the same side inside zone, and then you're following up with Alec Ingold as the lead. Allow the block to develop. Once you see it open up, boom, get downhill, fall forward, pick up another first down. Like you can just see when he makes the first contact right there, he falls forward and gains an extra 2.5, 3 yards on that play from where he's first contacted, which is huge. I mean, the running backs in general are just running hard in this game. A-Chain was running hard, Gordon's running hard, Jalen Wright on his carries was running hard. Nice to see the running back room. Seems like they're kind of like pushing each other, all kind of fitting into their roles for sure. And then you get Gordon, you get him a second and long run. This was like a second and like 12, I believe. And he just gets him all this space. Falcons are for some reason not aligned a lot to this side of the field. Their weak side gives all this space, and Gordon gets an outside zone run, and it's just boom. He's able to burst through. I feel like he shows some pretty good hit flexibility to get back upfield and then drop your pad level, punish defenders. Like, I know it doesn't really add too many extra yards to the play. Like, he falls forward for a couple extra, which, those hidden yardages help. But also, like, I know this is end game, but these are the types of plays where, like, defenders don't want to play anymore. They don't want to get hit like that, especially DBs. DBs are not trying to hit Ollie Gordon with this full head of steam, full body, pad level dropped into him. That's when, they start playing scared, or if it is the end of the game, they start getting tired out, and you can run the ball out, close the game like that. And you can tell the Falcons defense definitely didn't really want to be out there anymore. So it was nice to see Gordon get some chunk plays, because I don't think that'll ever be like the strength of his game. But you get one of those a game combined with all the short yardage, definitely take that. And then here's the screen. Like, obviously he kind of walks into the end zone, but they even talked about like Tua working this with him. The angles and timing of it. I feel like, you've seen this in the past. They've run it a couple times this season with Ollie, and it just seems like the timing of it's off. He perfects the timing here and takes more of a flat angle, kind of selling that it's a swing pass, and then you break back to the inside. This guy takes a super wide angle, and it makes it so much easier for Brewer to get a clean block on him. And then the timing of it's perfect, because as he's catching it is because you can see where the line of scrimmage is basically like the 20-yard line. You can only go 1 yard past it, right? So Brewer takes a great angle, and as Ollie's catching it, Jonah is reaching the line of scrimmage. So like the timing of this play is absolutely perfect. And Brewer gets a great block. Jonah's out in space moving, but he doesn't have to block anyone because the Falcons played it horribly. And then Gordon walks in the end zone. And then Gordon is someone who has very reliable hands, so he is a good hands catcher, which is big. He's not going to be a route running type, big play receiver down the field like A-Chan is. But you want to get him some check downs, some screens, you give him some space to work with. I think he's got a good feel for that stuff and has the hands to make consistent catches. So shout out Ollie Gordon. I think this was a really strong game from the rookie class. I think Gordon played really good. I think Trader played really good. I think Jonah and Grant definitely played at a more consistent level. They didn't have to do as much. I think, Jonah didn't have as many negative plays as he usually does. And then when Grant did play, the defense, played less snaps than usual. Grant had some more positive reps, continued that progression too. So like overall, and then Jordan Phillips, I think, stayed pretty steady to what he usually is. So overall, really strong game from the rookie class, and I think that just showcases like how important like getting better situations is for your players, because every player pretty much played better in this game that kind of had been struggling, but the Dolphins put them in better situations. Whether that's third and long where they get better pass rush opportunities, or it's short yardage where it's easier to convert, or you're not in long third downs where Jonah can get they're not in it as often, so Jonah doesn't get exposed. It's just very, very nice. And then Gordon, they were able to actually stick to the run game, and I understood why in other games maybe they didn't stick to the run game. It like wasn't working, and the times they did run to Gordon wasn't very effective. And usually you save Ollie for the short yard stuff, and they hadn't maybe needed it as much in those other games. But this game, it showed up. That Bills game, it showed up. It definitely shows what kind of value you can bring. And for like getting Ollie in the 6th round, that's definite great value. You're not trying to spend a high pick on just a short yardage back, and even if that's all he ends up being is short yardage back, take that all day in the 6. Whether he's your RB2, 3, get him those touches in those spots, and he'll take advantage of it for sure. So shout out Ollie. I also like the energy that he plays with. So if you guys really do like that, comment and subscribe to the club.